Good afternoon, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Wednesday. It is the 16th of September, and this is Chart of the Day video number 82. Welcome. How are you? I'm fine. The reason I'm laughing is I started this video earlier and like 2 seconds ago, and I started it by saying good morning, and it's clearly not morning. So, I don't know. I gave myself a chuckle. So, it is afternoon. It's about 3:30. I'm going to try and get this done. Hopefully the phone, it's been kind of quiet for the last 30 minutes. So, hopefully it won't start up again until I get this done. How you doing? How was your weekend? Hope it was good. Hope you got some stitching done. Some of you may have watched my video regarding the October Out of the Stash at Last challenge. Seems like a lot of people enjoyed seeing some of the charts I have. It was by no means all of them. I'll probably maybe, if there's time, do a second video before I weed things out. Which I'm not quite sure how I'm going to manage that, because now that I'm looking at them all, I want to stitch all of them right now. This second. Now. Let's see. The question of the day from would have been Saturday's video was regarding a food product that you wish they would bring back. Mine was Chippos and Lipton Make a Better Burger. Some of you did remember Chippos. Yay! I wasn't in my imagination. It's been so long. I wish they would bring them back. There were quite a few interesting products that people wished they would bring back. But you know, probably never going to happen. So I'll have to live for those few moments in time when I actually get a brief remembrance of what they tasted like. So, anyway, thank you for responding to that question. Today's chart of the day is a new one from Kathy Barrett called Jack's Urn. And it's been pretty popular so far. The chart sells for $12. It is 145 by 139 stitches. It's called for 36 count legacy linen from Picture This Plus. And it calls for needlepoint silks, but does give a DMC conversion. It also calls for one silken colors from Thread Gatherer, or you can use DMC 841. I probably will use 841 because I don't have Thread Gatherer. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Not very large. On the 36 count, it would be 8 by 7 5/8 would be your finished design size. So there's your chart. Isn't it cute? I think it's adorable. Although, I will say, it took me a while. Of course, I was looking at it upside down. And it took me a while to figure out what that was. You don't really want to know what kind of things went through my head when I was looking at it, but I finally figured out it is the stem of the pumpkin, which I think for me is a little too large, and I would probably cut that back a little bit if it were me. But anyway, it's cute design. The MPIs look like this. The DMCs look like this. They're pretty close. This orange is way off from the MPI. The MPI one is actually kind of a burnt orange, and this is kind of muskmelon orange, I think. Cantaloupe orange. Is there a difference between cantaloupe and muskmelon? I don't know. I don't eat either one of them. But I always wondered that because they look the same to me. And yeah, otherwise they're pretty close. But for the purposes of the video, we'll just use the MPIs because that's what's called for. Now, when I first saw this piece, this is all stitched back here. And I thought to myself, you don't really want to do that. And in the back of my head, I was thinking, well, you know, you have that 28 count Surrey fabric from Fabric Flair that looks almost exactly like the back of this. I mean, so this was the first fabric I thought of, was this, and that would save a whole bunch of stitching. But it's 28 count. And as far as I know, it doesn't come in anything smaller. In fact, I'm not 100% sure that it's still even available. I tried to look it up. I bought it from Yarn Tree, but Yarn Tree's website's not working right now. So I will have to check on that. But I thought that would be the perfect fabric for those who do not wish to stitch that background part. Now, for the rest of us, this is a 40 count Velt from Picture This Plus, which is a greenish colored material. It's got some yellows in it and some browns, but reads basically green, and I think that would be pretty and quite fall-like. This is a 40 count Fawn, and if you're wondering why I'm doing 40 count, I actually have more 40 count than I have anything else at the moment. I have orders in to Picture This Plus, Lakeside Linens, Color and Cotton. I'm setting up an account with Seraphim, I think. Yeah. So, anyway, this is Fawn from Picture This Plus, 40 count. That would look fine. This is Earth, also 40 count. It would give it a very dark and stormy, gloomy nighttime look. And last but not least, I think Murky would look good too. I do. I think Murky would look good. So, that is your chart of the day for today. I think it's adorable. The question for today is we're gonna stick with food for today. I have been struggling a little bit and eating myself out of house and home. When I'm stressed, I eat. Or I shop, which I've been doing a lot of too. So we're sticking with food today. And the question of the day for today is, what weird food combination do you really, really like? Because there's two things that you put together that people look at you like you're strange, like pickles and ice cream. First of all, who eats pickles? But second of all, who would ruin your ice cream by eating it with pickles? Just my personal taste, no offense to anybody who loves pickles and ice cream, but I find that to be a weird combination. Something that I eat that people find a little bizarre is I absolutely love American cheese with grape jelly on toast. Love that. I also like peanut butter and American cheese on toast. So those are two that people think are kind of strange. So I was just curious, what do you eat that's strange? Hold on. There's hopefully not coming here. They're rather well dressed. Anyway, we'll ignore them, even though they're staring at me through the door. So there's your question for the day. Weird food combo. What do you put together that people look at you rather oddly? October, out of the stash at last. It sounds like everyone's getting ready for that and trying to decide on their 4 projects. I know Mary and Donna are mad at me because after watching my video they feel like they didn't dive deep enough into their stash, so they're going to do a second dive. They thought they had their 4 chosen until they watched my video, and I kind of heard that from a few of you that I just made things harder. You're welcome. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that. Like I said, I probably will, if time permits, do another one because I wasn't done digging through, but if I had continued, I never would have gotten the video done. So I figured some was better than none. So it'll be a bonus if I just if I get another one done. I still haven't made any decisions. I'm still looking for the Which Stony Creek magazine, the one houses that I had stitched. I'm thinking maybe it was 2011, but I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go down and go through my Stony Creek magazines and see, because I'm sure I saved them. And let's see what else. That's about it. I got to leave right at 5 today because I've got someone coming to the house to give us a bid on the master bathroom remodel and the potential kitchen remodel. We've never actually paid to have people remodel for us. We've always done anything that we did on our own. But you know, Dan's not getting any younger, and he tends to hurt himself when he's doing things. So I'm like, no, I think we should just pay someone to do it this time. But it's kind of stressful because there's so many things you've got to pull together. And I don't know if I'm up to that task, but I guess we're going to find out because the bathroom definitely has to be done. The kitchen, we did a partial remodel on it the year I had my neck fusion, I think, and I was laying on the sofa for 6 months, which was, I don't know, 6 years ago, something like that. 7, maybe. Somewhere in that time frame. And so it's not that it's fallen apart or it doesn't look like it's out of date or anything. It just is small, and that dining room sits there and does nothing but collect dust and junk. So I'd really like to blow out the wall between the dining room and the kitchen and redo it. And I kind of feel like, and Dan is fighting me on this one, I kind of feel like it makes sense if you're going to refinance your house and use the equity in your house, you might as well do it all, because you're not going to want to refinance in 2 years when the kitchen does start to look out of date. That's just kind of my way of thinking. So anyway, we've got that going on tonight, so I'm going to cut this one fairly short, let you go so that I can get a few other things done while this is uploading, and hopefully we'll see how tomorrow goes. But hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, take care. Get some stitching done. Bye.